Now, the next thing we do, next activity, because this group is broken up into activities, right? So we've come in first half hour, read the stories, next half hour, or whatever, how long it takes, let's do the emotional projection. Next thing we need to do is what I call the spatial analysis of the products. Now, so this is not about the respondent's individual perception anymore or need, it's about getting the group back together, right? Getting the group back together to achieve, and now we do want to achieve some kind of consensus because we want them to tell us about the world of the products that we're looking at. So I call this a spatial analysis, right? And at some point in the group, we can't just talk about ethereal things about the brand. We've actually got to put the brand in context, in relation to its competitors, on the floor, get them to actually go through that. Now, I guess it's about understanding the position of the brand. Now, I don't like that word brand position very much because it actually, look, it's a misused word. And I like to use the word position in a physical sense. What is the position that it occupies in relation to the other competitors and, you know, and maybe in a wider context than just direct competitors? What is its position in relation to all of those other objects and entities around it? That's why we call this a spatial analysis, right? So, what is the space of the category? How big is the space of the category? Is it a big space? Is it a small space? How big is the space of the brand in relation to other brands? Is that a big space compared to another small space brand? Is it a space that engulfs other products in its centre of gravity? Or you know, is the brand the centre of gravity, or is it a satellite brand that's revolving around these other suns and centres of gravity? You know what I mean? Look, we can use all kinds of techniques to understand the spatial dimension. What I don't want to do is call this a product sort. Let's sort these products. Now, every time, and I've done a lot of product sorts using those exact words to the respondent. I'm going to put all these products out and I'm going to give you 5 minutes to sort them out. Now, invariably what happens is that they put all the like products together. And invariably, I look at the results of this and it's generally the least potent information that I get from the group. And after a while, a little while of doing this over and over until I convinced myself that this wasn't getting us anywhere at all, I realised I was doing this the wrong way. You don't ask them to sort it out. It's not a product sort. It's not a rational product sort. Get them to conceptualise each product as a separate entity and then to give you an understanding and to analyse the space that it takes up in relation to the other entities. You might use the planetary system as a tool. You might have something else up your sleeve to do that. You know, what's the big planet, what's the small planet, which one's the sun, etc., etc. That information is much more powerful. It's a product sort, but it's not a product sort in the traditional sense where we just end up, again, with the bleeding obvious. And one thing we don't want is we don't want the bleeding obvious coming out of our groups because it means we haven't tapped into something, right? It's not a confirmation of anything. It's not a confirmation of anything. That's really important. It just means it's a failure on our part to find the true nuggets or the truth of the matter, if you like.